Do you want upper pecs so large you can balance a protein shaker on it? You've seen Arnold do it. I promise you can do it too. Here are my best tips and tricks to grow that upper chest. A lot of people claim that you can only grow your overall chest. You can't target the upper, you can't target the lower. I'm here to tell you that in my experience and in science's experience, that is untrue. When you start out of the gym, one of the #1 exercises everyone does is bench press. And bench press by default builds a lot of the lower and the mid pec. So typically people are overdeveloped in the lower pecs and underdeveloped in the upper pecs. What does that mean? It means you've got muscle imbalances, and we're gonna fix them today. Here's how I built my upper pecs, so much so they're probably the strongest part of my chest. I've got a few techniques, a few training tips, and a few strategies that help me have the best, most developed upper pecs I can. Let's get into it straight away. The #1 thing I want you to take away from this video is volume. You need to be specific with how you target your chest training to make sure your upper chest gets a lot of volume. What does this mean? I will always start, and I mean always start, a chest day with upper pecs. I tend to start at the top and work my way down. That means we're prioritizing exercises like incline dumbbell press, incline Smith machine press, incline flies, anything on a slight incline. We're gonna start with that first to make sure we have maximum energy. We can put the most physical exertion and tension and pressure on that upper chest. So if we look at a typical chest workout, I will usually do about 5 exercises. The first 2 are always on some sort of incline. As I fatigue, as I get tired, I'll get rid of the incline, start to do flat and even decline things because you're stronger in those movements. We wanna get the most out of the early exercises, and we wanna target that upper chest as much as possible. In terms of reps and sets and volume, normal hypertrophy training, so in the range of 8 to 12 reps with quite heavy weight, and I'll do 2 to 3 working sets for each exercise. I only train chest about once a week, but because of the extra volume and the fact that we're loading the upper pecs so much, they get enough developed. Favorite exercises for this, like I said, anything on an incline. Little tip for you, if you want to activate your upper chest more, anything you normally do on a flat bench, just add a slight little incline. Even a tiny little 15-degree incline will target more of the upper pec. And if you're lacking in that area, it's going to be great. My favorite exercises specifically, incline dumbbell press. You want to be as slow and controlled with this as possible. A lot of people bounce the fucking dumbbells off their chest. Don't come all the way down. Fuck that. When it comes to technique for incline dumbbell press, we want to come down very, very slow. Feel a nice stretch across our chest, almost to the point where it's like you can't go any deeper. I'll tend to have my dumbbells resting kind of below my pecs. They're almost in my armpit. Then I press, squeeze together, and squeeze at the top. It's a very slow, deliberate, controlled movement. When you do this, you're gonna have to lower the weight, but that decreased weight is worth it for the extra mind to muscle connection. Similar mentality with incline dumbbell flies. Massive stretch at the bottom of the movement, nice squeeze at the top. Incline Smith machine is another great one. I tend to play with the technique with this a little bit. You see a lot of people with really wide arms, and that's fine. I'll do that sometimes as well, but I found to get a lot more growth when I bring my arms closer, tuck my elbows in towards my lats, opening up and activating my pecs. When I'm doing this, I also bring the bar very, very high. Some would say dangerously high. It's called a guillotine press. It's pretty much right in line with your neck, your very upper clavicle. When you do this, you pretty much remove the option for any other parts of your chest to help. It's exclusively an upper pec exercise. Like I said, this is a dangerous exercise though, so best to have someone watch you do this or really study me closely. Do it very slow, very lightweight until you get used to it. Another great press is a landmine press. Get a bar, put some weight on it, put your hands together and press up towards the ceiling. I tend to kneel on the ground for this, and I often use a T-bar row. Little hack for you. As with everything, the more volume, the more you do it, the more your upper chest is gonna respond. Prioritize it, hit it with a variety of different angles, and give it full effort. I promise your upper pecs are gonna grow. If you got some value for this, you're gonna implement it and grow that big upper chest to have a nice chest shelf, the kind that you can balance a protein shaker on. Feel free to subscribe. I do fitness videos every day. I'll see you in the next one.